Greetings, good sirs. How now, how farest thou this day? Thou mayst be wondering where I was for so long, as I jest it hath been about 20 years since I did last conjoin with thee. Well, things changed. Thou can say for the better and worse. After 5-6 days of staying in a dungeon, still with nae food, nae water, I hold. I has had to give a lot of weight and became faint, but now I am brave. In the dungeon Macduff has returneth for me. I was still incapable to bid who it was, but I just went with that gent. If he didst want to kill me, happily I would be spared if I went with him. However, after I realized that was not the case. Macduff did not want to kill me, but Macbeth did. Once Macduff took me to forest, I was well fed and taken care of, at which hour I finally knew what was happening many weeks later. I guessed Macbeth had died because he was a bane who tried to kill me and my own father. Thee may beest wondereth what happened to mine own mother and the baby brother I have it. Advisedly I went back to Lochaber, where mother was, only to see mother hanged, and mine dear baby brother ripped out of her womb. Father and I had kept mother's bearing a secret, but perhaps mother had told her most wondrous cousin, Lady Macbeth. I had nowhere to go, but back to the fortress with Macduff and Malcolm, where I knew it was a sanctuary. Till this day, at which hour someone close to me dies, I take it in like a man, as crying and showing emotions is for the mistress. Without the horrific things that happened to me when I was a boy, I would not be the fearless man I am today. I'm being sidetracked again from the story. I guess some things never change. I was finally able to piece together the Bodemans that father was telling me about. He talked to me about the Bodemans, but I don't quite remember what they were. Only that these weird creatures, ugly sisters, who told him the future of both father and Macbeth. To wouldst have been a merit to knoweth what the future did hold for father. To might has just been his death, I guess it. While Macbeth understood the Bodemans and has to kill the good sirs. Father told me to avenge his death, but that had already been avenged by Macduff. After living with Macduff and Malcolm, who became the new King of Scotland after Macbeth died, I was finally able to build up my trust again. Not like the King Duncan, though, who trusted everyone too quickly. I'm still conscious about who to trust and who not to, so I guess that's a good thing. Macduff is my savior, without whom I would not be here. He's the reason why I'm alive today, and why this land, our Scotland, is still prospering, even after the tortures that Macbeth put it through. Macduff's loyalty during the era of Macbeth's crime is remarkable. He was so deeply perturbed that his beloved Scotland kept suffering under the tyrannical rule of Macbeth that he has left his family to come with and stay with us. After I stayed with both Macduff and King Malcolm in Forest Castle, me and King Malcolm got very close. We instantly allied after we both were able to understand the languishment of our father being brutally murdered by the devil. King Malcolm praised father's loyalty so much that he adopted me. He always had said, "Hail Banquo, hail." He treated me like his own son. I was a boy at the time. He has no children of his own, and was a good lord who didn't let his voluptuousness and desire to fill up the cistern of his lust. We had many years together. He gave me the best training of how to be a man and square in war. He taught me all of the life lessons he learned by being cater cousins with Macbeth and disciplined me to denote the trustworthy and deceitful friends. It was only a matter of time until King Malcolm passed, hence after a heart attack. The doctor said his life choices led to this befall. I wish I could have done something to save him. He hath been mine father after Macbeth killed mine own real father. After King Malcolm died, the throne was passed down to me, the king's adoptive son, and here I am at present. All of the tortures I have faced have shaped me to the person I am today, and I cannot be more happier. Oft I behold backeth and bethink about how wondrous life was be with both mother and father here. But then I remember I am a man, and needeth not nae parents, and through this I buildeth up my own strength again. I still fail to understand how Macbeth could do such devilish deeds. I has did face more trauma than Macbeth, and I has been did shaped to a better person and king than Macbeth would ever be. When people see me fight, they say I fight like the once loyal Macbeth, with immense strength. What had changed it? What can cause someone to be so brutal? He made me into an orphan at a young age and killed my unborn brother. I came across those horrendous witches that tried to fool me with their Bodemans. Where did the Bodemans lead my father and Macbeth? To death? I am no fool to believe them. I am glad my father probably did not either. 'Tis over now, and I must dream and bottom on being the king that Macbeth should have been. Some glance at me as the good Macbeth. I am as brave of a soldier as he was in war, as well as strong, but I have the leadership that Macbeth failed to give. I will now dedicate my life to serving thou as a king of Scotland, and may we meet again.